our minds really are so powerful. I'm living a life now that I never even imagined for myself 10 years ago, or that I even thought was possible. And it's all because I've put in the work to improve myself, my mindset, my lifestyle. Not only that, but also working on undoing old patterns and beliefs that really weren't even my own. Growing up, our environment really shapes who we are at that time. Experiences we go through as a child cause our brains to react in a way that maybe in that moment was good for us, but as we get older, they become these patterns that can get in the way of the life of our dreams, the person that we always wanted to be. I grew up with a lot of self-doubt, to be honest, and insecurity around who I was. And now being almost 28, I've only just realized that those characteristics weren't part of me and my personality like I thought. They were programming and patterns that my mind put in place because of certain experiences I had as a child, or even in my adolescent years, maybe in high school. And it's just truly so eye-opening and encouraging to know that you don't have to live the way that you've always lived. If you are someone who wants more for yourself, then it's completely possible for you to get there. You just have to realize that these old patterns, these old beliefs are there, and put in the work to aim to undo them or work through them so that they no longer hold you back. Like a really great example that I've recently experienced is I've had a lot of change in my life actually this past year. So leaving my 9-to-5 6-figure corporate job, that was not a life I could ever imagine for myself. I always thought that that's the path that I had to be on in order to be successful, in order to be happy. And I never imagined being the person that was able to leave their 9-to-5 corporate job for something else, especially something like traveling, which is the next thing that I'm planning to do with my husband. In the next week and a half, we leave for Southeast Asia with no plans of when we come back. And again, that's something that I never imagined for myself before. The old Julia didn't think that was possible for her. She thought maybe only people who were special enough or fortunate enough to do that got to do that. But really the only thing that was standing in the way was what's in here. What's right here. My belief system and how I felt about myself and what was possible for myself. And then even now filming on YouTube, I always thought you had to be special to do that. I thought you had a gift with talking to a camera or just speaking in general. I thought you had to be this certain type of person that, only some people were able to do it. I never imagined myself being someone that could sit here and talk for however many minutes I've been talking for and make a video out of it that people want to see. And again, that all comes down to what I thought about myself or what was possible for me. And I've put in the work that was required to make me the version of myself that can do all these things, that believes that I can do it. And because I believe that I can do it, I've literally created that reality for myself. Having that belief allowed me to take the action that was necessary to do all these things. And by doing all these things, I'm now living that life that I always wanted to live. but never thought was possible for myself. That thought it was only meant for special people, people who were really good at speaking or had come from a different background, or they were just gifted with these different characteristics that I didn't have. Meanwhile, all it was my brain. it was just me getting in the way of me. You know, we all have what it takes to be that version of ourselves already. It's already within us. We just need to put in the work to find that part of ourselves, to unravel these old patterns that we've lived with for so long. And by unraveling those old patterns, you really come into who you are. You live so much more free and less out of fear or less doubt. And I speak from my own experience because I've lived in that for a long time, to be honest. And I'm breaking free of it day by day. I feel like a completely different version of myself than I was 10 years ago, for sure. And let alone even a year ago or even 6 months ago, if we're talking shorter time limits. If you really want to become that version of yourself, it is completely possible. You just need to be willing to put in the work and focus on yourself to make it happen. Don't let those old patterns and beliefs that aren't even yours stop you from living the life of your dreams, from doing the things that you've always wanted to do. Because we only get one life, we get one chance here on earth, and the worst, to me anyways, the worst thing would be getting to the end of your life and wishing you had done it differently, wishing you hadn't let those parts of you win. Those parts of you can die off and just move on. You can just move on from them. They don't need to carry on with you forever. So if you're someone who feels like they're meant for more, but feels stuck right now, take a step back and really think about what it is that's keeping you stuck. Is it fear? Is it self-doubt? Is there some other old patterns that are getting in the way? And as soon as you take the time to address those things, and it does take time, but you can break free of them and no longer let them control your life. You're completely in control of your life when you take control of your mind. And that's the truth. I think that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks so much if you stuck around to the end. This was a topic that I really enjoy talking about, and I'm glad I got to share with you guys and speak from my own experiences and hopefully inspire you to go and change your life for the better. And just know that the only thing getting in the way of that life that you want is you, and you can work on you. We're ever evolving, and it's possible. So thanks for sticking around, and thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next video.